Hello, good evening. It's a one-off game tonight. Technically, round 18 of the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 2. Even though they've played 19 matches, most teams. Let's have a quick look at the table and remind ourselves of where our two opponents are playing against tonight. We've got 76ers, 18 games played, 8th place. A win will move them to within 3 points of Stackington. And we have Grove, 11th place, and, well, absolutely no chance of changing any position there. Good evening, Tato. Nice to have you on. I didn't expect to have anyone on here tonight, so it's fantastic that we've got one viewer. We might have one or two more. It's great to have people on for this one-off match. So, anyway, let's get straight into the match, and then we'll go to a squad run through for anyone who can't access the save in time for the matches. Look at these Champions League matches here. Willem II versus Osasuna. Fantastic. Hannover, Man City. Man City on 0102. Nancy, Lecce. Man United have made their way back into the Champions League. This will be a strange little show. Going to the Grove side, last time they were beaten 2-1 by Roundhay. Just look at Tato saying make sure I check conditions for every single player. You know me. Last time they played 76ers, we had a 1-1 draw, and it was that time when Dario Silva was scoring from on the subs bench. Well, coming off the subs bench, of course. It's something they might look to do again tonight, maybe. Sigalko also scored off the bench. It was a real subs impact of a match, and Cannavaro's late red card as well. All three players are involved tonight. We'll have a quick look. Yes, so Grove, slight change of formation. They've got Patrick Berger and D'Alessandro central, with Berkovic that little bit, he's on his own. He's on his own in that position tonight, so it's something that it's just a small change for them. Yeah, no captain selected. I think that's down to David Unsworth being replaced by Sean Davis in a change there. So we'll see how they get on up against 76ers, who last time round they beat Gondor 1-0. Scraped the win over Gondor. This game, of course, being rearranged due to 76ers and their UEFA Cup challenge that they're on at the moment. So, yeah, this is why this match is being played as it is. Their team for today sees just the one starting lineup change. Marquinhos comes in for Nedved, who's injured. And other than that, Romadal has come onto the subs bench. And I believe that's at Milevski's expense. So, just some small changes. One in the first team and one on the bench. Cannavaro captaining the side, hoping he doesn't get sent off like he did last time. So, big one. Predictions. Co-commentator. Oh, nope. No co-commentator there. Tato, you're in the crowd. Give me a prediction for this game. Mr. Savage is here as well. Perfect timing. Really just here for the start of the game. And, yeah, look at this. I mean, I think Grove always seem to hang on in games. 76ers struggle to score goals. So, it's going to be quite the strange match. Tato going for 3-0 76ers, and I mean, yeah, it's absolutely possible, isn't it, that they could start to score. They did score 4 against Strasbourg recently, so we shall see. Anyway, that was enough of me talking. Let's get the action underway. Savage going for 2-1. And it will be interesting to see if we can get anything, because absolutely nothing's happened in this first 15 minutes, and then Nikiforenko goes off injured. Well, what a start. Let's take a look and see if any of the substitute instructions suggested to do something here. I think we're going to have to do what happened last game. It's Sigalko coming on. He came off for Nedved last time and pushed Del Piero back into midfield. It's the only real thing that they could do at this point. I mean, Riquelme could go further forward, but there's an instruction for him a bit later on. So, 20 odd minutes gone, absolutely nothing going on. This is well worth people tuning in for tonight. Will there be a goal? Sigalko's come close to scoring the first chance. And it's looking like it's living up to expectations, isn't it? This game really is living up to expectations. At two teams that struggle to score goals, but you know, two decent sides in the league. Grove with their Portsmouth concept, 76ers with a decent selection of players. It's not one of the most powerful teams in the world, but it is a decent squad all the same. 0-0 at half time. Any chances? Just the one off target for 76ers and 4 on target for Grove. I must have missed some of those. So Stu looks like his team is on top at the moment, and no one predicted that in the predictions, all 2 of them. Nothing really going on. Match report must be quite empty. Yep, not only an injury in the first half hour. Then looking into that, I mean, Sal Campbell's put in some challenges for Grove. They've not really done much at all. D'Alessandro, 2 out of 2 shots on target. No one's won more than 2 headers. There's very little I can say about that team so far. Please don't check the match report. Yeah, only in terms of just how little was there. Cafu has at least attempted 20 passes for 76ers. Very little happening for them, and the only shot was off target from Sigalko. They've had to put more tackles in. Let's get in with the second half. Nicky Franco down to 10%. He has a knee injury. Ooh, we'll have to see how he gets on with that. Could just be a sore knee. Anyway, 15 minutes until substitutions in this game that's been absolutely thrilling. You know, I'm on the edge of my seat here thinking, what's going to happen? It's penalty! And Marquinhos scores. There finally was something that happened. It took its time, and then the game exploded into life with a penalty. We were awaiting the substitutes. It's 1-1! Oh, wow! D'Alessandro scoring. I mean, that was some comeback straight away. Yeah, the game has come to life. And to take a quick look at the substitutes, we know that substitute-wise, it's not necessarily the substitute bed for Grove is getting slightly better, isn't it? I'm just going to check my instructions from Stu for last time out. I think we need to see the substitute there, Cole, if no goal, coming off. Oh, right clicking again. Oh, it's just a typical, isn't it? Cole off, Dario Silva on, and substitute wise anywhere else unless they're playing badly. Yeah, no, wait, Lauren isn't a player that's got an immediate replacement there other than moving Sean Davis, but we're not moving Sean Davis out of defensive mid. For 76ers, they've got one substitute planned here because they've made one of the changes already. And Van Bommel for Riquelme. Does it make sense bearing in mind anything else? Del Piero, yeah, I think it's going to happen, yeah. So Riquelme off for Van Bommel. Well, look at that. Close to the 2 goals there. Close to the 2 goals. 2 goals close together now the kick-off. And it looks like Grove are certainly still on the ascendancy. And that goal, Dario Silva. Well, Dario Silva gets his goal against 76ers for the second time this season. I actually missed it. Can there be a 4th goal, and which way will it go? This has been certainly a much more lively second half. D'Alessandro's just missed the target. He's having a very, very good game so far. And coming into the last minute, any chance of anything? No. Grove have won. And, yeah, nobody predicted it, but superb end result there for Grove. A 66th minute winner, all the goals in a short space of time. Grove certainly, looking at the stats there, deserved it. 5 fouls apiece, 8 shots on target for Grove, and yeah, just generally a decent match in the end, for a decent half of football. Those goals. So the penalty opened up the match there. It's Westerveld fouling Del Piero. Then just before the substitute, I mean, look how long it is here. I clicked in on 60 minutes for substitutes and so much going on there. Lawrence D'Alessandro, who takes on Takanadi and puts it in the corner. Wonderful. And then D'Alessandro's corner and Dario Silva heads it in. So Grove deserving of their victory. Sol Campbell very solid in defence. Steve Finnan putting in 14 tackles and only making 4 of them. Well, what can you say to that? But the team has still won and he got an 8. Dribbling wise, anyone putting some big dribbles there? 5 for Finnan, 4 for D'Alessandro. The change of formation for Grove has worked very, very well. For 76ers, really, Marquinhos getting the penalty, doing reasonably well. Did they miss Nikiforenko? Looking at his stats this season, he's not been one of the best Nikiforenkos I've ever seen before. So, can't really blame it on that. Sigalko's underperformed. Nesta putting in lots of tackles. Thank you, Eric Stato, for coming to watch this game. Absolutely great to have somebody in the crowd, and Mr. Savage, of course, has been here. Yeah. So the result there, 2-1 to Grove, and we didn't look at the stats. I said that I would have a little look at things, so I'm going to take a look at the player stats and things, see how things are getting on. So the result there moves Grove 9 points clear of the bottom 3. If the relegation was happening, the bottom 3 are getting cut off. None of them have even half the total of Grove, and even added together, they don't match Grove's total anymore. So, good result there. 76ers now left 6 points behind Stackington, who are looking quite lonely in that 7th place position. And the result there moves Radaby and Los Aracas, due to the goal difference, in with chances of moving ahead of 76ers next time out. Stats wise, then let's take a look for the teams. Dalgety Rangers on great run of form, Dangley's on the complete opposite. And then into penalties, Dublin Blues have had 8 penalties and scored 6 this season. 3 teams without one at all. And I think, they're certainly profiting from those penalties, although they did miss 2 of them last time out, or getting 4 in one match. Dublin Blues also top of the scorers chart from the corners as well. One team failing to score from a corner at all. I'm not going to do the check-in tonight. I'm not going to make myself seem stupid. Indirect free kicks, Aracas there with Dangley, Trumpton, Roundhay. Lots of teams there on 3 of those. Direct free kicks, Roundhay with 4. Gondor and Newmills Atleti with 3 in there. 3 teams without a free kick goal. Yellow cards, Blues also top of this. Thank you very much, Mike, for reassuring me that you are still here and are still listening. OT's second on yellow cards, right near the top of the table. Mr. Horse. Mr. Dan Horse. And they're at the bottom of the table with the fewest cards. Are they putting the tackles in that they need to be putting in, though, maybe? 76ers, bottom of the list there. Red cards, where it all matters. Gondor, OTs, Dangleys, Trumpton, and 76ers all with 3 so far. It's very even spread there. 5 with 3, 4 with 2, and 5 with 1. Steve's here as well. Thank you very much, Steve. This is a quick stat run through and a check there. We just played out Grove beating Los Aracas 2-1. First half, one of the most boring first halves in Swemp history. It really was. But then 2-1. So, average rating wise, any surprises? Buffon, as a goalkeeper, performing so well with an 8, I suppose. The rest of them, very predictable. Patrick Vieira, top of the list, second in the list, and 6th. And then we've got 5 Van Nistelrooys in there as well. Then, what else do we see? We see the goals chart. There are 3 Van Nistelrooys tied on 12. 4 Van Nistelrooys tied on 12. Followed by Sigalko and Van Nistelrooy. After that, Nikiforenko and Van Nistelrooy. So, again, super. Carl Laurie, the man next season, says, stay. Yep. Mr. 2 vehicles. There he is. He's looking like Carl Laurie's a decent player in Division 1 at the moment, of course. David James conceded 40 goals. so far, but Grove are top of today's results, of course, the only team to win. And down to playing 34 goalkeepers who've conceded goals this season. 34. Evan Moss, the best centre-back in the league next season, I assume that. Ibrahim Said with 2 penalties. Nikiforenko missed 2, didn't he, in there? Missed 2 penalties. For the assist, Van Nistelrooy of Stackington, now he's playing attacking midfield, he's top of the assist league, ahead of Zeraberto. And it's interesting that Stackington have 4 players in the assists chart are up there as well. Athletic with 2, we've got De Gers with 2, Roundhay with 2, Trumpton with 2, but we don't see anyone else with 4. They're spreading the assists out quite well and actually setting up each other for some goals. Fake news. We need to look at those ones. Yellow cards individually. Patrick Vieira for Blues has 9. There's no wonder they're up there so high. And then, of course, Andy Melville's in that chart there. Nick Baker and Neil Aspin of Otis. 3 Otis players in the top bit there. You can celebrate that one, Mike. Red cards. Rigobert Song and Fabio Cannavaro with 2 red cards apiece. And yeah, there's a Radaby player there as well. Taribo West in that list there of red cards. Man of the matches, Van Nistelrooy from Dalgety Rangers with 6. Any surprises in the list? Probably not. Good to see David Collins in there, of course, for Trumpton as well. Good passing. Milevski of Radaby, Maldini of Radaby. The defence know how to pass the ball to each other. Yes, quite good passing all round there from those players. Walter Samuel of Veraca's 7.5 tackles a game. We have seen him putting some massive numbers at times this season. Neil Aspin up there. Any other surprises? I suppose it's good to see just there's a bit of a mix in there, and most players on just about 5 tackles or more. Dribbles, Ayel Berkovic topping the league there with Dede next up. And the player, I still can't work out how to pronounce his surname, Killory, I don't know, Calories. We'll have to see how he is. And yeah, he's up there in the list. Barely played for Otis recently, but he has been in the team and he knows how to dribble. So might want to consider maybe. Graham Marchant also in the list. And last stat there, shots on target. Well, Pires, 90% of shots on target, 5 goals. Killer Frey. Lots of 1,000 Sebastian Freys. Anyway, referees as well. Why not? While we're milking it for a show. Stefan Ragnarsson refereeing there 28 times in this league. 28 times refereeing the league. The teams have only played 19 games. Why is he doing multiple matches? There's no way that this is just the referees from this division. Who are they? Who else are they refereeing? And good to see there, Leif Sundal bottom of the list there with none. Cards wise, 13 reds from Rune Larsson. Rune Larsson is going to get himself a reputation. He's strict. Wittberg also with 8 and 15, some high ratings there. Editing refs too. Imagine I could referee edit the refs on this. I can't I actually, but I'm not going to. Not going to edit the referees. Maybe for next season, give us some nice names. Yeah, 1 red card from Klaus Carlson. I like to call him Carl Carlson and Martin Hansen. 83 yellows as well for Larson. Massive amounts. And Ekstrom down there on only 15. Best performing ref, Torsten Helgemau. So, clicking through on these bits, are there any great scores in the Champions League? Not really. 2-2 draw or Man United. So this is what's important now, isn't it? It's about getting through to the next part of the league so we can see the ratings and fitness and such like before the next match. Nedved's missing 3 weeks, and Nikiforenko 3 weeks as well. Strained knee ligaments for one, sprained ankle for the other. 76ers, well, they need defending. They're in Europe. Leave them be. A big supporter protest there, and Cafu would be the first player out the door. 7.4. He's had one bad game. Defend him completely. That is absolutely ridiculous. There's no wonder he's ranked there. 7.4. He's been criticised for one bad game. Lots of media attack Cafu. Yep, it's going to be in living memory there, isn't it? It's all we're going to see for the rest of the day in our heads. Media attack Cafu. Any news there for Arakas? Baumer's back in training. And some OT's news. Thomas Jonsson is back in training. I bet you're delighted with that, Mike. He seems like an absolute thriller. Yet 2 weeks till he's ready to play. And for Dalgety Rangers, Van Nistelrooy's out for a week. Who's playing Dalgety Rangers next time out? That'll be an interesting one. Agat signs his new contract. And 76ers. Kerr's back in light training. Oh, missed one there. I'll get that next time. Oh, Stephen Wright with a V. Playing Riquelme. I mean, I'm going to be praising. I'm defending all players. Defend all players. I'm just keeping the peace. Valuable member of the squad, and Riquelme is wanting to repay his manager. That's what we needed there. Some good loyalty and professionalism there from Riquelme. Delivio 2 weeks out for Atleti, so they're going to be missing a player who's been absolutely vital recently. I don't think he's been playing. And continuing, Real E, Steve Finnan back in training. Repay him with sitting on the bench. Yeah, he's a good bench warmer. Smerteam back in training, so that's good news for Grove. Ronnie Jonsson as well for Los Aracas. We must be approaching the match now. Mr. Savage thinks he's got Dalgety Rangers next. Pellegrino out for 10 days. And the media attacking Riquelme. Of course, I thought it was going to be another Dangley's player. Here we are. This is the round of games. It is OTs versus Dalgety Rangers. And what we're going to do while we have a quick look through is just check out the conditions of all players. And starting off with Trumpton, of course, top of the list there. Condition wise, all 100%, but Okoronkwo suspended, Barry Ferguson injured, and Nesta injured, of course, as well. Into Atleti. I mean, I could do it by scrolling down the squads, but it includes the reserves and things, and that's why I'm not doing it that way. Keeping it with the 24. Delivio injured, Said suspended. They can go unchanged if they want to. With Arakas for Dan Hazard. The news of Ronnie Jonsson coming back is obviously a positive, and the entire squad is available, so Dan Hazard can do what he likes to do there. For Stackington, Romoshenko out, and everybody else is at 100%, so could go unchanged from last time out if needed. Which seems like the ideal thing to do for Blues. That's alright, Steve. Thank you very much for being here. 4 minutes or not, you can. I'll check your Rugby squad out now while you're here, just in case you want to see that. Your condition wise and things. Veron suspended. Tomasi 90% for your game. Everyone else fully available. Back to Blues. Then, yep, fully fit squad for their match. Gondor for Mr. Swan, because they're playing Roundhay. It's Trumpton versus Blues. That's a massive match, isn't it? Paulo Sosa suspended, and John Williams, I believe he's an ex-York City player, John Williams, they're on an injury for Roundhay. And Jim Phillips, who's been a great viewer this season, 100% squad, fully fit. Dangley's, you know about Pellegrino, but what they also have is Song suspended, Aquilani and Barosh all out for the match as well. 76ers, who have just played, they're missing Cannavaro, Nesta, Nedved, Kerr, Nikiforenko, and have other players down lower on fitness, and they're playing Stackington away. Oh, hit them at the right time, maybe. They're at Real E. They have a squad featuring 100% for everyone. Patrick Vieira is on a suspension though. They can probably go back down to 2 goalkeepers in their squad now at this point. Back to putting one in the reserves. OT's is that the ooh for the 76ers crisis? OT's missing Janssen and Agote. Everyone else at 100%, so starting to get the defence back together. Could actually play some centre backs this time. De Gers. So Van Nistelrooy, we know about him missing for this game, and Van der Vaart is also out. And for Stu, who's obviously going to have some fitness issues, I imagine. Looking to this one, they've got a few players down, but actually not too bad. Smerteen is back, but he is 71% fit. So Stu, you might want to just make sure you have a little look at that there. Mendes said he enjoyed himself as centre back. Did he get 6? Did he get 6 in that game? I think it might have been the case. So, I think that should leave us with everything that we need to see from this round of fixtures. We'll go back to the manager of Sweden, Benny Andersson. So taking a look at those games, 14th versus 10th doesn't sound too far apart, but they're absolutely miles apart in terms of performances and points this season. Gondor Roundhay, you'd think could be a walkover, but no, I don't. I think Gondor is now starting to surprise a little bit. Grove and Atleti, can never discount Grove, but Atleti are a very, very strong side. OT's De Gers, sorry mate, but yeah, De Gers are quite a strong side, and I will speak from experience in that as well. Looking at the fixtures of beating Stackington 5-1, and I think it was 4-2 or something in the season. Yep, 4-2. Radaby really, that is going to be a very good game, that one. Stackington 76ers, next future in the table, but the gap could increase. I mean, obviously we know that there's a potential for 76ers to get points, but they're hit with a crisis, aren't they? And Trumpton Blues, that'll be the game that I'm looking forward to the most in the next round of games. So I will save this now as the 21st September. I will smash that onto the drive, and we are all good to go. So thank you very much to anyone who's currently watching. Steve, if you're still around. Mike, thank you for being here. Tato, of course, thanks a lot, and anyone else who's been on and been a silent viewer. We'll see you again soon. Thank you and good night.